Hello everyone, I'm Vivian. Welcome to my channel, to my show. Today I'm gonna introduce a new city, Changsha City. Um, okay, so this is the PowerPoint. First, there's a little bit about Changsha City. It is the capital of Hunan Province, has a population approaching 1 million, living in a municipality of about 100 square miles. Located on the lower reaches of the Shanjiang River, which is a major tributary of the Yangtze. The city has a history of over 3,000 years and has been a leading trade center for more than 2,000. It is also an important port, and you will see a graceful position of long, narrow flat sail boats, as well as modern barges plying the river with grain, timber, coal, and a variety of industrial materials. The riverfront has changed little during the last quarter of the century, and the old warehouse, boatyards, and processing plants are still being used. Talking about the history of Changsha, the town was open to foreign traders in 1904. Europeans and Americans quickly moved into the area to establish businesses and warehouses. Colleges and religious missions were set up soon after. These merchant activities were boosted in 1918 when the town was linked by rail to Hankou and then Beijing. The development spurring an increase in production from the light industrial sector, particularly in food products, paper, lacquer, ware, jewelry, and furniture. Changsha then became an important port for the export of agricultural products grown in the province, such as rice, tea, cotton, tobacco, hemp, and timber. The development of industry was greatly assisted by the later rail link to Guangzhou. Today's Changsha, the city was partially destroyed during the Sino-Japanese War, but the rebuilding program was not established until the end of the Civil War. And the assumption of power by the communist movement, from then on, the economy of the province and that of Changsha itself began to expand. Even though based almost entirely on agriculture, this is not surprising, for the lowlands surrounding Changsha are among the most productive in China. Hunan supplies about 15% of the country's rice crop, but tea, soybean, wheat, corn, cotton, peanuts, tobacco, sugarcane, and sweet potatoes are also grown in abundance in the province. And now I'm gonna talk about the tourist attractions in Hunan, in Changsha. First, I'm gonna talk about this Ma Wangzui hand tombs. Located in the eastern suburb of Changsha City, the world-famous Ma Wangzui hand tombs is one of the most fascinating attractions in Hunan province. It is no exaggeration to say that the Ma Wangzui hand tombs is the open book to the glorious West Han Dynasty, which is 206 BC to 24. All three tombs were excavated between 1972 and 1974. According to the research, this place was a family graveyard from at least 2,000 years ago. The Mawangdui hand tombs are very grand and complicated as well. Number one, number three tombs were in excellent condition when executed, and number one is the largest among the three. Number one, number two tombs have been filled. Number three have been preserved and covered by a ceiling for the benefit of the visitors. More than 3,000 relics has been unearthed from them, such as silk products, silk books, silk paintings, lacquer works, potteries, bamboo slips used for writing, weapons, herbs, and so on. The number of the lacquer works is the largest, including ancient cooking vessels, boxes, kettles, plates, and folding spoons, and the like. Red or black colors were painted on them. Most of the potteries contained food. The mouths of the containers were tightly stuffed by grass and mud. Bamboo brands with the name of the food tied on the outside of a container's neck. There are wooden tomb figurines, both clothed and unclothed. The reason is that they had different social status according to the strict ranking system during the West Han Dynasty. The silk clothes from number one tomb are in a variety of styles and of fine workmanship. One of the most outstanding representatives is a silk coat, which is as light as the mist and as fine as gossamer. It is 1.28 meters immense with a pair of long sleeves but weighs only 49 grams. That's super amazing. The coffin excavated from number one tomb is decorated with the old images of animals and gods on its lacquer surface and has a relatively high artistic value. The next is Changsha Window of the World. It is a theme park with human civilization history as the metro. It gathers world wonders, historical sites, ancient and modern scenic spots, famous residents of the world, folk custom, international singing and dancing performances, showing a beautiful world with the coexistence of nature and civilization history, reality and fantasy. The natural environment of the window of the world is quite nice, surrounded by trees and grasses. The garden art style of Europe, East and West Asia add to the beauty and charming to the garden. The famous architectures and sculptures of the world display full-bodied exoticism. In the plaza, there are duplications of Louvre Place, Palace of France, and Pyramid of Egypt. In the Civilization Mountain area, there are places of Russia, Good Tower of Ragun, and the Tower of Pisa. In the Civilization Lake area, there are four springs of France, Sydney, Opera House, and so on. These buildings and these buildings lay out the great civilization of human beings for another time. Besides, there are also all sorts of entertainment activities here. Laser Blaze Evening brings people the shock of modern technology. The art performance of five continents shows the cultural characteristics of each country, while the rich performance brings people to a world of fantasy. The next is Tianxin Pavilion. It is an ancient Chinese pavilion located on the ancient city wall of Changsha. The pavilion was the first established in the 14th century at the dawn of Ming Dynasty. But because of war and natural disasters, um, this has been restored and renovated numerous times since then. Um, the present version was completed in 1984. Tianxi Pavilion is composed of three pavilions: the three stories main pavilion and the two-story pavilions. The two sides are connected with a non-crater. In the south of Changsha, The Tianxin Pavilion is a old city tower of Changsha, the only remaining symbol of ancient city. Standing at the Tianxin Pavilion, tourists can have an amazing view of the whole city. And strolling in the park, tourists can find citizens doing morning exercises, such as performing a sword dance, doing Yanggi dance, or playing Tai Chuan. The Tianxi Park was constructed in 1924. The present area occupied is 30,000 square meters. Its main spots are classical and elegant. For example, the Grand History and Culture Celebrities Decorated Engraving Gallery has connected multiple historical celebrities engravings for a period of more than 3,000 years. The peaceful military spirit giant group sculpture illustrating the history picture of the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom peasant on uprising attacks in Changsha. In the garden, the flowers and trees are beautiful scattering around the pavilion situated in it, forming a nice contrast. Plants popping out and enhance the scenery. The ink-bashed pavilion and the pond water, the big and small pavilion, the big and small winding path linked up in the green bamboo and flower, making the finite space to contain infinite in poetic and artistic flavor. The next is Yuelu Mountain. Located in the western suburbs of Changsha, Yuelu Mountain is one of the 72 mountains in the Han Mountain area. It's one of the famous Changsha attractions and home to 977 plant species, including several thousand-year-old yew, podocarpus, ginkgo, and lesong trees. When autumn comes, the maples turn red and tangerine trees bear fruit, making the Yuelu Mountain beautiful and becomes a picturesque. This is the picture in autumn, so as you can see, the leaves already become red. On the east side of Yuelu Peak is the monument of King Yu. It was carved in the Song Dynasty and is a new symbol of ancient culture of Changsha scenic spots. The renowned Yuelu Academy is also located at the foot of the Yuelu Mountain. Many visionaries of the 1911 revolution are buried on Yuelu Mountain. The spirit of their achievements now rests within the mountain. And there are two main scenic spots in Yuelu Mountain I want to introduce. The last picture is called the Iwan Pavilion. Located at the foot of the Yuelu Mountain, the original name of Iwan Pavilion was Hongye Pavilion. This was built during the reign of Emperor Qianlong in the Qing dynasty and got its name from the poem by Du Mu. The pavilion is elegant and of primitive simplicity. It faces to the east and is surrounded by hills on the other three sides, which is super relaxing and beautiful. The right picture is called Lushan Temple. It is renowned as the first key point of interest from Han and Wei dynasties. The most sacred temple in Hunan province. Located at the ancient forest of Yuelu Mountain, Lushan Temple was built in West Jin dynasty. As one of the most ancient temples in Hunan province, it enjoys great fame in the region. And now it's the food time. I'm going to introduce the four famous dishes in Changsha. These are the first two. The last picture is called bean curd with otter. We also call it Changsha stinky tofu. It is at Huogongjian restaurant, which has been around for 100 years. Um, this stinky tofu contains Luoyang fermented soybeans and beaten, which is made from winter bamboo shoots, dried mushroom, and koju one. The fried bean curd outer is crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. It is very delicious with oil, castor oil, and sauce. It's spicy, and also we put garlic and cilantro on it. It smells really stinky, but when you eat it, it's super delicious. And the right picture is Changsha Maran crispy duck. It is the masterpiece of Shi Yingxiang, the famous chef in Changsha. It is made by frying a fat duck and pouring oil onto the skin until it turns golden in color. Pepper powder and some oil are added, and then the duck is cut into pieces, put on a plate, and decorated with head, wings, duck webs, and caraway. And now the last picture is my favorite. It is called Koei shrimp. It plentifully this is lobster. Lobster grows plentifully in the lakes with pepper, fennel, garlic, ginger, and other seasonings. It can be stir fried with wine until it is done. It looks red and quite delicious, and it's very, very spicy. One cannot help eating it again and again. There are other nice dishes such as like beef tripe and bamboo shoot spices, mushroom in an egg without yolk, and so on. The right picture is called scissors rice bowls. These are a kind of rice bowls with fillings of meat or sugar, as you can see from the picture. The meatballs have mushroom pieces made and spring onions inside and are made into the shape of like tangyuan, while the sweet balls have the filling of sugar, dates, meat, and sweet scented osmanthus, and often resemble peach. On the day of happy events, the two are presented in contrasting colors to create a happy atmosphere. Later, I will show you guys a video about a street food hunting in Changsha. And last, I want to talk about Hunan TV. Hunan TV is often referred as Mongol TV, which is a provincial satellite TV station. It launched in January 1997 and is currently China's second most watched channel, second only to CCTV One, owned by China Central Television. The original idea of the logo of Hunan TV is about a white fish and a golden grain, symbolizing that Hunan is a land of abundance and a land flowing with milk and money. The light yellow and golden colors symbolize the virtues of Hunanese people, including optimism, bravery, and creativity. In recent years, audiences gave Hunan TV a nickname as Mongol TV, which is accepted by Hunan TV as an official by name because the shape of its logo looks like a golden Mongol. The nickname is especially useful as there are 22 provinces and the official channel name can be easily confused with other television channels. It has a lot of notable programs like Happy Camp, Supergirl, Superboy, Where Are We Going, Daddy? I'm a Singer, Super Vocal, Day Day Up, Come Sing With Me, and Chinese Restaurant. People in China like these reality TV shows that I just mentioned on Hunan TV so much that every time they will become some hits when launched. And most of the famous and popular reality TV shows are from Hunan TV, which is in Changsha City. And now I'm gonna stop sharing my I'm gonna share you guys about some videos of Changsha. Let's see.
With Dash Pass, you get $0 delivery fees from thousands of restaurants. Chicken curry.
And then there's another video I want to show you guys. It is about, as I said, the street food hunting in Changsha. Let's see.
Changsha time. Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus now bundled together. The greatest stories and characters, the largest. Scrape bean noodles.
这个是刮下来的凉皮和凉粉，长沙当地的一个比较特色的小吃。在这个小巷子里面，一对老夫妻他们经营的一个小本上面吃出来的，
已经很香，也非常香，有猪油的酱油，有很多材料，就很多香料在这个里面。
凉皮、凉面、刮凉粉。林凉刮凉粉，很有凉拌的感觉。
是新鲜的感觉。对，很适合夏天。
夏天在逛街的时候在这边吃，因为现在很热。
很不错。谢谢老王，太好吃
了。你是哪里的？哪个国家的？
阿根廷。
阿根廷的。
谢谢。
Stinky tofu.
身为一个广州人，就是我从小都没有吃过臭豆腐，因为觉得它太臭。
这个臭不臭？
这个，它不会说臭到飘街的那种，其实没有那么臭，就是脆脆的，很香。
From 1 to 10, how much would you give it?
I'll give it a 10 since this is my first time trying it, and it's actually not that bad.
最传统的一个臭豆腐，很臭，这个豆腐。I love that. It's so delicious, and it doesn't match the smell at all. When you smell something that smells really bad, you would think it tastes bad, but this is delicious. This is the best 臭豆腐 I've had.
王子琪、吴景涛以及张志明他们，还有很多外国的元首呢，来长沙的时候是专门来这个地方吃的这些当地的小吃，所以这边呢是非常的正宗。
Scallion donut.
Alright guys, so basically spring onions and flour, and it's like they made a dough and they deep fried in the shape of donut. And this one here, this one is basically pork fat with rice flour, and it looks like mixing it. It's just like a paste made out of pork fat and rice flour, and it just sounds very fatty and not very healthy, but I just really want to try it. It's half youtiao, half popcorn. Kind of like very crispy on the outside, but on the inside it's very fluffy. Look, it's like straight up popcorn consistency. This, you could like dip it in whatever you want and it would just be amazing. It's a little bit too oily, but it's really nice. It's seriously really nice. The flavor is amazing. 味道很不错，这个要也没有那么腻。I thought it was gonna be really rich, but it has a roasted flavor. That is delicious. I feel like I'm eating burnt butter with like burnt deep fried popcorn youtiao. This is amazing. It's really good.
Sweet wine egg.
然后据说是对女性非常好的，特别是哺乳期的妈妈。没有太多觉得有酒的味道，可是它是很顺滑，因为鸡蛋在里面呢就有一个非常丝滑的感受，其实有点像一些热热的咸汤和鸡蛋在一起，就没有太多的酒的味道，我挺喜欢。
Sugar oil baba.
它是糯米做的，然后就是那个糖是枫糖。It's so sticky, so elastic as well. The texture is really smooth. It's really well done. Guys, you don't find any chunks of anything at all. It's just insanely smooth. It has a lot of a chew to it. Super sticky. And the flavor is basically just brown sugar flavor. But it's really nice. It's like a very nice sort of snack.
Q&A time.
好，那我们先看一下几个问题。提问：吃过辣条吗？什么意思？辣条是什么意思？
辣椒是什么意思？
So that's it. So that's basically the content of my show today.